Hello and welcome to another episode of Stock Shots. Please remember, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just giving my opinion based on some things I see, like support and resistance, supply and demand, and of course, some indicators that may be on the screen. So always do your own due diligence. Make sure you educate yourself and always look to the left because we're looking at things that have already happened. Think about what things may do in the future. So this is another episode of Stock Shots. Welcome.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Stock Shots. We're talking about our favorite thing is the TSP funds, and we're starting off with the C fund. As you can see, we had a really good week previously. We did some retracement. Currently, we're still above this gap that's here, and that's in between the areas of 5788 and 5714. Now, with that being said, look at it and take a quick little, let's see, I'm going to use this and we want to do a head and shoulders. So the reason we're doing a head and shoulders is because it looks like we have set ourselves up for this is possible. This hasn't happened yet, but I'm going to put it here just to fill the gap. And if we do this, this could end up being a very bullish move for the C fund and the S fund. If you still haven't gotten in, that's okay. You have pullback here. It gives you opportunity to do so the following week. But I'm looking forward to go and break these last highs. And the reason I'm saying that is currently I'm here. I'm looking at the strength of the market. The last couple times previous to our glorious Liberation Day, we were just going above and staying above this 50 line here at the bottom. The only time we went below that is for all our tariff talk. The main thing I think is going to happen now is that we are currently waiting for news to hear that we have a deal, not even the deal, but just a deal, something that's going to be beneficial to the stock market. Now, currently, there is an article out saying that Canada, one of their biggest pension funds, has now allocated a lot of money towards the U.S. Why would they do that unless they knew or they were pretty certain the U.S. was going to have a recovery from this? So let's keep that in mind. That's fundamental news. Now, technically, it looks like we are going to. It looks like we could. I'm not going to say are. We could do a head and shoulders, upside down head and shoulders, which is bullish. Now, between the fundamental and technical, it looks like we're going up. Now, let's see. Let's look at the S fund. S fund essentially looks the same exact way. So here we go with that same thing. Here, here. We haven't done this yet. This move hasn't been completed, but I'm looking for a. This has already filled the gap. If it goes down lower, I just want to see it bounce off that 2097, and then at that point, you may get a push to the upside to be that bullish continuation of the move. This is all just saying if this is going to be bullish, but we've already made a higher high on our way up. This is not a lower low. It didn't come all the way down here. This looks like a straight little pullback. So one thing I already said was this could be a head and shoulders. So we're going to do something else. We want to make sure that when we do this, we already have a trend line here. So I'm going to get rid of this trend line for a minute. And I'm probably will just put it back later. That'll be for me. We have our push to the upside. Now what I'm going to do is I'm put some of these levels back in for you guys. And hmm, hmm. Oh, sorry, I'm missing one more. Missing one more. There we go. So currently, we're still, even if this bounces from here, that means we're in a very strong trend. If we came down here to 382, once again, this is a retracement, but that could be our second shoulder. And also with head and shoulders, you want to look at certain things like, let me see, I want to put this here for 3.8. So the reason you want to look at head and shoulders a certain way is for the following reasons. This could be a very good divergence play. So divergence is the following. If you look at where the market currently is, oh, look how that plays out. If you look at what the market currently is in strength in relation to the candle itself, you may see that at one point this was our low. All right. This was a lower low. This is a higher low. In relation to all three of these, if you say, well, price action is going up, but then you see the strength of the market going down, well, now you have divergence, and it's going to be bearish divergence. Now, if you have price action going lower, but then you have strength of the market going higher, then you have bullish divergence. So that can help you also identify these patterns. But take your time. It takes time in just seeing these. And with that being said, we're going to go to our next one. I'm going to get rid of this head and shoulders because I don't need that. I want to put this back over here because I'm looking to see if it breaks that trend line, what's going to happen next. It's bouncing off the trend line right now. So I'm just going to keep it where it is. So let's go to the International Fund. Did that backwards. There we go. International Fund. Now with the International Fund, we have made it to that 88.70. All right. So this is one of the things we talk about with divergence. We have one area here, two areas here. So let's mark them out. Here's our current area, right? And here's another area. And this is our last area of the highest strength. Now, if you notice, of course, you see this was previous high. This is our new high. So we're going up in price action. If you look down at our indicator here, if you notice, strength is still about the same. It hasn't broken there. So this is telling me that the buyers that were here in this area, in that area, may have already stepped out. And these are new buyers and they're not as strong. So we're looking to see if these buyers are going to be able to push the price higher. And if we do get that, we won't have divergence. But currently, it looks like we are even Steven. So the same strength of the market has now pushed the market higher. Nothing different. There's not divergence yet, but I'm looking for it to come into the EFA, the International Fund. So you may start seeing a downturn momentarily. Just give it some time and watch. But the C and the S fund is looking nice. And if that is our hypothesis where the C and S is going to go up, then the international is probably going to be going down. So far, I'm liking it. Of course, the bond fund is taking a shit. It's going down and it's just taking its time. It hasn't gotten down here yet to this 96 again, or 96.49, but it looks like it's probably going to go there soon. Um, I don't know. This bond fund ain't looking too hot. All right, it's looking. Excuse me, looking pretty boring, and it is staying within its trend line. So that's it for this week on Stock Shots. I hope you learned something. If so, hit the like button. If you want to learn more, go to the website at the bottom. We'll see you next week, and good luck, traders and investors.